with Stugotz and Hochman.
I mean, there is something exciting about seeing Stugotz in a radio studio.
Yes, not just any radio studio. I'm in the studios of Big 106. I am in Paul Castronovo's studio right now. How about that?
Does he know that you're using his studio?
No, he has no idea. And neither does Doc Reno.
Who's the most famous radio person to live in Boca Raton? Is it me, you, or Paul Castronova?
Wow. Well, I'm new to Boca. I'm going to say, wow. So you or Paul? That is a great question. I'm going to say you. I'm going to say you. You are the most famous radio personality living in Boca, only because I think Paul doesn't really live in Boca. I think he spends like half his time in Maine, you know?
Yeah, that is true. I would actually say we'd have to go off the board on that. The most famous radio personality living in Boca is Al Lombardo.
Oh, of course.
Famous for Sam Snead, my God. Yeah, I hadn't thought of it when I gave you the original list of choices.
Yeah, stupid question now, armed with hindsight.
I appreciate the vote of confidence, though. I thought I was falling a deep third behind you and Paul.
You know, when you live in Boca, you commit to Boca, and Paul is not fully committed to Boca. He is,
right.
He's 50% committed to Boca, 50% committed to Maine, and I feel like when he's in Boca, he wishes he was in Maine, you know? How about that?
So right. It's such a great call. Nobody loves Boca like I love Boca. I love Boca.
I have seen you walking around the streets of Boca, and you are right. No one loves Boca and is more well-known in Boca Raton than you. How about that?
Place just makes me happy. Everything about Boca is like avocado toast.
Oh, yes.
Coffee. Banks.
Yes, they have all of those things in Maine.
Terrible humidity. The last episode of With Stugotz and Hochman, I was just looking at some of the comments on YouTube. It was all about Fake Howard, and then I went and I had lunch with Fake Howard that afternoon.
Yeah.
And the YouTube comments are just excellent. People are, in fact, Buddha, who had sponsored this podcast for a while with Deck 84 and Burton Max's.
Sure.
Buddha sent me a text this morning. He had just listened to the episode. I'll tell you what Buddha said.
All right.
Can't tell you the last time I heard Fake Howard. Don't know if it's just because I know you all or just it's that fucking funny. That was the best 30 minutes I've had in a while. That might be your best episode, if not certainly on the Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
It was a good, funny episode, but that's all because Fake Howard is very clever at what he does.
Yes. So how was your lunch with Fake Howard? Is Fake Howard soaking up all the positive comments about his episode? I'm certain he is. I know him. I mean,
so I sent him the link to the YouTube episode this morning, and he watched it, and he doesn't even remember half that stuff. And his only comment was, "How the hell did I not get paid for all my work on that
show?" Of course.
I said, "Well, get in line, buddy, because I'm still waiting on a $50 million. I might cut a $50 million."
You and me both.
Anyway, Fake Howard, who is my freshman year roommate from UM, and Dan would always say his attorney. He's an attorney. He's a traffic ticket attorney and has a big business down here, the Ticket Wizard. Fake Howard had a couple other impressions on the show that were recurring impressions. One of them was a little more niche than the other, and I'm going to play it first. I had referenced it in the last episode because I had told you that we were doing the I'm a Violent Sneezer t-shirts. I'm a Violent Sneezer was Fake Dusty Rhodes. But before Fake Dusty Rhodes, we had this very niche impersonation. And again, we talked about it in the last episode or two, But Frank Deford was a legendary sports writer.
Mm-hmm.
And when we started the show in 2004, I mean, Dan was all about sports writers.
Yes.
He loved sports writers. And again, it's kind of a dying breed, the way that, a lot of print media is. But Frank Deford, Sports Illustrated carried the weight of the world, right? I mean, that was the go-to journalistic outlet for sports media, no?
No doubt about it. And you're right. Dan was still writing for the Herald when we first started doing the show. And so, print media still meant a lot to him. Guys like Frank Deford meant a lot to Le Batard. Frank Deford is a legend. He's like a writer's writer, Like he is the guy they all
was.
Yes, he was. Yes, may he rest in peace. My apologies. He was a writer's writer. All the writers looked up. They wanted to be Frank Deford,
Yep. He had a way with words. So then Frank Deford makes this jump died in 2017, by the way, in Key West.
Oh, wow. Not surprised.
Frank Deford made the jump to Real Sports with Brian Gumbel.
Yeah.
Now, Brian Gumbel, Real Sports on HBO, that was like an epiphany almost, because it was almost 60 Minutes style, but specifically geared towards sports.
Yes.
And Brian Gumbel would feature real journalists doing real sports journalism. And one of the cast members of Real Sports was Frank Deford. It's the only reason that people knew what he looked like and what he sounded like.
That is correct, because if you recall on that show, so Gumbel would take you through the story, they would show the story, and then afterwards there was always a little sit down with the person who generated said story. So he would sit down with Frank Deford for 5 to 6 minutes after the episode had aired to kind of recap what it is that we just saw,
They would come back from the video package. Brian Gumbel would take off his glasses.
Yes.
He had notes. He had like a Sharpie and a pad, just like I do.
Yes, but not in his mouth, right?
Not in his mouth.
No.
Big mistake by him. That's why I'm more popular in Boca. And he would kind of talk about the segment with the writer. And Frank Deford, whether he was writing or talking, was always waxing poetic. But he had a wispy mustache. He remind me a little of Arthur Blank, the owner of the Falcons.
That is so good. Perfect. Yes.
Right?
Yes. Physically, they look almost exactly alike. Yes.
Yeah, kind of carries himself in a very erudite fashion.
Yes.
And, but it was so Fake Howard had this brilliant impersonation of Frank Deford. Again, very niche, because it wasn't like Frank Deford was as popular a character. Certainly Howard Schnellenberger in South Florida, everybody knew, and Dusty Rhodes, I mean, everybody knew worldwide. Frank Deford was a little bit more niche, but here's a sample of it. Here is you and Dan bringing on fake Frank Deford to wax poetic about baseball.
The ostentatious, polysyllabic, breathy Frank Deford of HBO Real Sports and Sports Illustrated joins us on 790 The Ticket. What do you got?
First of all, Le Batard, how dare you say nobody knows who I am or what I sound like? I'm a legend in this business, damn it.
You're wearing your lapels, you got your kerchief in, and what are you bringing for us? What are you waxing poetic on?
A little something about a sport I love, baseball.
Ah, baseball. All right.
It's that time of year again. No, I'm not talking about my annual nude run through the Arizona desert. Watch out for those cacti. Of course I'm talking about baseball's spring training, when the crack of the bat brings me back to a simpler time, when a man could wear a fedora, a wide purple lapel and pencil-thin mustache, without people thinking he's on his way to a Gone with the Wind costume party. Yes, this time of year, hope springs eternal. You dust off that old leathery mitt with that great musty smell and toss the hardball around, reliving the great moment from the past. Suddenly, you're back at Yankee Stadium or Ebbets Field and running like Jackie Robinson.
What was that first word there?
Suddenly, you're back at Yankee Stadium or Ebbets Field and running like Jackie Robinson or making that over-the-shoulder catch like Willie Mays. You see, baseball used to be a simple game played by simple men who were happy to have a candy bar named after them. As a former Red Sox fan, I still can't eat a Baby Ruth bar. Of course, that might have something to do with that Caddyshack movie. Oh, that Ted Knight could really make me chuckle. Yes, a simple game for simple times. But today everyone's in such a hurry. Pitchers come in for one out. Runners come in for one base, and batters for one swing. Oh, if they'd only let me get in for one at bat, the stories I'd be able to tell the next time I go down to the old Floridito and sit in Hemingway chair. Speaking of Cuba, isn't it ironic that a game that was invented in North America is being perfected in South America and the Far East? I often wonder what the legends of the past would think of teammates named Aesop or Orestes. I wonder if tomorrow's stars will have names like Bin Laden or Mohammed, or if we'll all just stop playing baseball together in favor of the most glorious of all sports, soccer. We hope.
See you later, Defraud.
Thank you for having me on the program.
So good, man.
And it's so tailor-made for Barry, too. Like, if you know Barry,
Oh, yes.
like how much enjoyment did Barry get writing those soliloquies about baseball through the eyes of someone that is that poetic like Frank Deford?
I can't imagine there was a more enjoyable thing for Barry to do than to put that together. The cacti made me laugh out loud.
It's so perfectly said.
Yes.
And if you knew Frank Deford,
Yes.
I mean, it is just spot on. Barry's Fake Howard, Fake Frank Deford, and you'll hear Fake Dusty Rhodes in a minute. They are so spot on. I don't even know which one I would consider to be the best impersonation.
That Ted Knight makes me chuckle.
Huck, it's almost like a chicken or the egg situation, but when you have an impression like this, do you think the impression is more important or the writing? Because the writing is phenomenal and kind of takes it over the top.
Oh, it's great.
So the writing, because it's Frank Deford, phenomenal. The Fake Howard and the Fake Dusty Rhodes, it's easy to fall back on the stuff that they would talk about, right? The waggle play and Beverly, and with Dusty Rhodes, the Omni in Atlanta.
Right.
Frank Deford, you had to get the writing correct, but it's like Caliendo. You know, Caliendo, a lot of times what he's saying through the impersonations, not particularly funny, but the impersonation is so good that you're just captivated by what he's doing.
Yes.
I just think that the Frank Deford, it's got both. He really sounds like him, and he is really writing like him. A little over the top, Barry. A little over the top, but that's what makes any impersonation funny.
It has to be over the top, and we set it up for the people who didn't know who Frank Deford was, what he sounded like. We set it up as, imagine this is a writer's writer. This is the journalist, you know, this is the guy. And so Barry really had to write that one well, and he did. Did he ever run those by you? I'm wondering. Did he ever run the scripts by you?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think Barry ran much by us because it was always a home run with him.
Right.
And even when it wasn't a home run, like there were a couple of failures, those were funny because they were such outliers.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Like all he wanted, all Barry would ever ask is give me a heads up, because you know what happened a lot of times with our show. We would get on a topic and Dan would say, "Oh, I'd love to hear what Fake Howard has to say about that. Get him on the phone."
Right.
And I would call Barry.
Yes.
Well, he's an attorney. He's
Yes.
running a business.
Right.
And I go, "Bear, can you hop on for 2 minutes? What are you guys talking about?" We're talking about, I don't know, whatever, gambling in sports. And he's like, "Well, it's not, I need an hour to write. I want to make it funny." And that would be the most annoying thing to Barry about it, is he did want to make sure that when he was coming on, that it was going to be funny and it was going to be well thought out. It wasn't just Dan. But a lot of times we would just put him on the spot, but sometimes that would turn out to be funny because he didn't have much. In fact, listen to this next phone call with Frank Deford. Frank Deford calls in to wax poetic about the El Floridita Hotel and baseball and all that stuff. And then there's this point, it sounds like he's saying shitting. He meant to say sitting. It sounds like shitting.
Yes.
And you guys are like, wait a second, what was that? But Barry, it didn't register with him what was the pause there. And he's like, hey, just end this if you guys are done with this. This is a funny phone call. Play that one.
In the midst of old Havana, a couple of blocks away from the El Floridita, where the daiquiri was introduced to a thirsty world, is Parque Central. It's not like New York Central Park, more just a plaza, but most days Park Central is distinguished by a group of noisy and animated men doing nothing but sitting there and arguing about baseball.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What are they doing?
They're sitting there and arguing about
Because it didn't
baseball.
sound like they were sitting there. It sounded like they were doing something else there with your lisp.
I'm not certain what you're talking about. Feel free to cut this off at any time.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Such passion. Why, you've never even seen the likes of it in Fenway Park or Wrigley Field. Oh, I would love to be in Parque Central this March when the 16 most prominent nations of the diamond play in the first World Baseball Classic. It'll be glorious.
All right. That's enough out of you, Fake Frank Deford. Thank you for the appearance.
Thank you for having me on the program.
He absolutely said shitting.
He is so cut out for that character.
So good.
Is it, Taylor, is it funny to you? Because obviously, I don't think you know Barry, and I don't think you know Frank Deford.
Yes.
Does the character work in that instance?
Yes, it does. Just because I'm imagining the baseball writers of today, like a Lupica or somebody like that.
Yeah.
And the writing is so over the top that it's still resonating.
The guys, the throwback writers,
Yes.
the Lupicas,
Right.
the Peter Gammons, right?
Yes.
The ones who, when you wrote, you painted a picture like a Van Gogh, and it was just like, I just love that character.
The key to that character is, I would love to be.
Thank you for having me on the program. And then the other character that Barry did so well is Dusty Rhodes. And I'm sure young people know Cody Rhodes, of course. Are you familiar with Dusty Rhodes, Taylor?
Gold Dust?
Yeah, but in our
Gold
era
Dust is
growing
his son,
up,
Yes.
yeah. So there was Gold Dust. There's Cody Rhodes. Was there a third too, or no?
I'm not sure.
Because the original Dusty Rhodes was the American Dream. In fact, he came and saw us in the studio once. Stugotz, you and I.
Yes.
There's a picture of us with.
There is a great
Dusty
picture.
Rhodes.
Yes, I have to scroll back and look for it, and I will. It's a great picture. I think I was eating
think I
McDonald's
have
at the time.
I think it's when we were doing mornings.
I think it was.
And-
It came in the morning, I believe, right?
Yeah, so it was just us. Dan wasn't there, and Dan loved Dusty Rhodes.
Yes.
But I remember.
Who doesn't?
I remember having him on the morning show with us. But anyway, one of Barry's best impersonations was Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. He would always call in. It's the exact Dusty Rhodes stand-ups that he would do in wrestling back then. He would always be promoting an event at the Omni in Atlanta. Because wrestling was so regionalized back when we were growing up. So it was Dusty Rhodes. He was going to be wrestling at the Omni in Atlanta. And he'd be talking with Gordon Soley, who was one of the best wrestling announcers in that era. If you've never heard it before, here it is. This is Barry doing Fake Dusty Rhodes from the Omni in Atlanta.
Let's bring on Fake Dusty Rhodes. Where are you calling from?
Calling from the Omni in Atlanta, where we gonna get nasty. We gonna get funky. Gordon Soley, we gonna bring it on. Me and Holly Race. Thursday night, sold out Omni in Atlanta. Thank you for having me on the program.
It became his calling card for every impersonation. Thank
yes.
you for having me on the program.
Yes, and it worked. I can't find the picture of me, you, and Dusty. I'm sorry, man.
Oh, I'm gonna find it while we play the violent sneezer segment in a second. Someone I had mentioned I'm a violent sneezer. It was either the last episode or the previous one, and I didn't know where it came from. Someone DM'd me on Instagram that a football player ended up on IR because they had sneezed. There it is. There's the picture of me and Stugotz and Dusty Rhodes.
Yes, a very young me and you, a very young Dusty Rhodes. Yes,
Crazy.
yeah.
So someone DM'd me that I'm a violent sneezer came from somebody ending up on the injured list because of a sneeze. And I Googled it, NFL players sneeze, and I came up only with a baseball player who ended up. So maybe it was that.
I do believe we were talking about, Dan and I were laughing over the fact that a baseball pitcher, I believe, sneezed during his warm-ups. He didn't get hurt during warm-ups. He actually sneezed after his warm-up and then threw out his back. And we're like, that's impossible. There's no way. And then we just started making fun of it, and then, that's where it came from.
Well, maybe it was 2004. I'm looking at famous bizarre baseball injuries. Sammy Sosa in 2004 sidelined for nearly a month from violent sneezing.
Yes, maybe that was
AI
it.
says.
Yes, maybe that was it.
Maybe that was it.
Right.
Matt Latos. That may be who you're thinking of. That was 2010. Strained a muscle trying to suppress a sneeze in the dugout.
Yeah. And that's ridiculous.
But anyway, we had Fake Dusty Rhodes on talking about it. I don't know why, but he came up with this gem. This is just the quick line. This was the line that all of a sudden we fell in love with. This was Dusty Rhodes just saying, I'm a violent sneezer.
I'm a violent sneezer.
It's a great line. It's catchy.
Fantastic, yes.
Yeah. And that T-shirt, I believe, is up right now at horsemuffins.com. That was the most requested T-shirt on my son's website that was not yet available for sale, was the I'm a Violent Sneezer T-shirt. And in fact, he made two versions. One of them is a nose with some sneeze action, some boogers, and I'm a Violent Sneezer in colorful letters. The other shirt, the other version, is like the Sam Snead My God shirt, which is just a quote. And then it's attributed to Fake Dusty Rhodes on the Le Batard show. So that's at horsemuffins.com.
Hoch, we could do this on another episode, but I do believe I'm a violent sneezer. I think most listeners, if we were to make a Mount Rushmore of Le Batard show phrases, I'm a violent sneezer would be on most listeners' Mount Rushmore.
Like quick phrases from the show, from however long it's been going. I think you're right. I'd have to give it some thought.
Right.
Because I think we've established that is probably up there as just a quick line that everybody knows it's from the show.
Yes.
Me first.
Yep.
Me first. That's probably up there.
There's some good ones. We could do this. We should get the listeners involved. Yes.
But anyway, the I'm a Violent Sneezer. So we would come back from commercial break. I would play a song. And sometimes I would fire off some sound clips during the song just for fun, just for shits and giggles, to try to entertain you and Dan.
Yes.
And I came back with House of Pain, and I was mixing in I'm a Violent Sneezer, and Dan was delighted. He couldn't get enough. And now it was like, let's do this for the entire segment.
Right.
But as he is wont to do sometimes, it's like, well, do it again, but make it funnier.
Right.
But there's no prep. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, well, now I got to try to make it funnier. So I'm maybe putting in Sergeant Slaughter saying attention, like just. And then it's like, okay, let me give you a couple seconds, but make it really funny this time. But I'm like, well, I don't have, I thought it was funny the first time, but now you're putting too much pressure on me.
Yeah, there was a curse to coming up with a good bit, because if Dan really liked it, it meant you had to do more and it had to be better. It's like, Jesus. I mean, I just blurted out.
It always fell short.
Yes, I just blurted out one time. I had them on my notes, my weekend observations, and all of a sudden I had to do them every Monday, and they had to be like 9 pages long.
So here it is. This is me coming back from commercial break, and House of Pain is playing. I throw in a couple Fake Dusty Rhodes, I'm a Violent Sneezers, and this is what happens.
I'm a violent sneezer. Pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin. I came to win.
DJ, that was flawless. Flawless, DJ. Can you remix that, please? Dusty Rhodes, let me hear it. Dusty Rhodes with some old school hip hop.
Someone's talking junk, yo, I'll bust them in the eye, and then I'll take the punks out. I'm a violent sneezer. Amps in a trunk, and I got more rhymes than this cops at a junkie. I'm a violent sneezer. From the kids on the hill, with my mom and my pops. I'm a violent sneezer. I came to get down, so get down your seat and jump around.
Oh my God. This segment's 10 minutes long, and I could listen to that for the entirety of 10 minutes, and I will be laughing harder at the end of it than I was at the beginning. Think about how absurd that is. Dusty Rhodes announcing he's a violent sneezer.
I'm a violent sneezer. I'm a violent sneezer. I'm a violent sneezer. I'm a violent sneezer. I'm a violent sneezer. I'm a violent sneezer. I'm a violent sneezer. I'm a violent sneezer.
Pack it up, pack it in, let me begin. I came to win, battle me, that's a sin. I won't ever slack up, punk, you better back up. Try and play the role and you're the whole crew will act up. Get up, stand up, come on, throw your hands up if you got the feeling.
Pulled the headset right out of the... Too much overkill to do it one more time.
I'm a violent sneezer. 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 I'm a violent sneezer.
Pack it up, pack it in.
I gotta tell you, DJ, you have found the perfect remix. I defy you before the end of this show to find a song that goes better with Fake Dusty Rhodes rocking the mic with proclamations, boastful proclamations about being a violent sneezer.
Let's do it.
I'm a violent sneezer.
Just had to keep doing more.
Of course.
I'm a violent sneezer. I'm a violent sneezer. I'm a violent sneezer. I'm a violent sneezer. I'm a violent sneezer.
No,
I'm a
sir.
violent sneezer.
No. Rejected.
I'm a violent sneezer.
You are not going to be able to recreate the magic
I'm a violent sneezer.
of the duet that you just performed
I'm a
before.
violent sneezer.
In fairness, I knew I wasn't going to be able to recreate the
Not
magic.
five,
Nope.
all my money.
Rejected. You're going to have to do better than that.
I'm a violent sneezer. I'm a violent sneezer.
This was close.
I'm a violent sneezer. I'm a violent sneezer.
Better, but not elite. I think you peaked with your first remix. I think you're a one-hit wonder, Fake Dusty Rhodes.
I'm a violent sneezer.
And that. You're also that. A one-hit wonder and a violent sneezer.
I'm a violent sneezer. I'm a violent sneezer.
Really strange show we do. In case you were wondering, that was a duet remix. First voice you heard was Sergeant Slaughter appearing with us at the top of the 6 o'clock hour. That act never gets old. We can all agree on that, right? Nobody would dispute that. And the other voice you heard was the Fake Dusty Rhodes announcing that he is a violent sneezer.
I'm a violent sneezer.
I'm going to laugh about that all weekend. All right, Hoch, you've got one more break and one more song to remix.
more try.
To create a better remix than the first one that you did with the Fake Dusty Rhodes.
I'm a violent sneezer. 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 I'm a violent sneezer.
Don't hold back. Cause you woke up in the morning with initiative to move, so I'll make it harder. Don't hold back.
I'm going to give you another chance before the end of this segment, before the weekend. You go find some other music you think you can make it happen with. You were very close. That was good. That actually sounded good. The point was not to sound good. You seem to be confused by the assignment. You're remixing Sergeant Slaughter and Fake Dusty Rhodes. I don't want something that would actually play at Jazzed or Cameo or Mansion on Saturday night when Kimbo Slice is walking in. It's got to have an element of cheese to it. Hoch, I'm going to give you another chance here before we close out the show to remix Fake Dusty Rhodes' Violent Sneezer. Is it something you're ready to do now? All right, let's do it now. We'll get to your calls in a second. Hoch's stretching out. He's got one earpiece on the headphones put next to his ear, and he's rocking it. Let's do it. Let's do this like Brutus, DJ Hoch. Oh.
I'm a violent sneezer.
Oh.
I'm a violent sneezer. I'm a violent sneezer. I'm a violent sneezer. I'm a violent sneezer.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world.
I'm a violent sneezer.
She took the midnight train going anywhere.
I'm a violent sneezer.
Just a
What have I done with this power?
raising soft Detroit.
So good. We knew we had it the first time. The first one you did, you and I knew it. But of course, Dan pushed you to do 10 more. Yes.
It's why the whole thing is funny to me, because he's like, you didn't understand the assignment. And I'm like, well, no, there was no assignment. I just fired off a couple I'm a violent sneezers over House of Pain, and you turned it into like the most important thing that I have to do all day, but I wasn't prepared for it.
Yes, I understand the assignment. I just wasn't expecting it to be an assignment. I mean, Jesus, we nailed it the first time around. Right.
He's like, make it sound like you're a club DJ. And then he's like, you don't understand the assignment. It's not something that you'd hear in the club. It's I'm like, well, that was the assignment.
This is how long we've been doing this, man. He referenced Kimbo Slice walking into the club. How about that?
All those segments, you get such little. I mean, just listen to the songs that are being played there. Like, you get such a great snapshot as to what was going on.
I thought the one right before Journey, I can't remember the name of the song, that was as close to the original as you could possibly get.
It was the one they used in that that beer commercial, Don't Hold Back.
Yes.
I can't think of the name of the
I can't remember. I just what I do remember about that visually with you was looking across the glass, and you had one of your your headphones on.
It was fun.
Yes, but it was you pushing that button. I'm a violent sneezer, pushing the button and then backing away from the board every single time. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Like with a flourish.
Yes. You took such delight in hitting that thing, man.
Anyway, props to Barry, the ticket wizard, because his impersonations. Is there a favorite of yours? You've got Fake Howard, Fake Frank Deford, and Fake Dusty Rhodes. Which would be your, if you had to rank them 1 through 3?
Wow, that's Fake Howard's number one for a lot of different reasons. I'm going to say we got so much out of Dusty Rhodes. I'm going to say Dusty Rhodes 2, Frank Deford 3. How about you?
Yeah, I probably... Like, the Frank Deford speaks to me because it is so niche that I like that stuff. I like humor where 10% of the people get it, 90% don't. But the 10% who do get it are just like, can't believe how good it is. But I'd say for the purposes of the show, Fake Howard was number 1 by a mile. And then Fake Dusty Rhodes probably we did get more traction. But Fake Frank Deford for a little minute in time was a great go-to impersonation.
For a moment in time, yes.
It was great. There you go. If you want to hear something on this podcast, DM me on Instagram. It's Radio Mark Hochman. If you want the I'm a Violent Sneezer t-shirt, go to horsemuffins.com. If you have not yet subscribed to our podcast, please do so. Leave a good review. We would appreciate that as well.
Yep.
And as we get out of here, you always have to do 3 athlete nicknames.
All right.
We know that, of course, Dusty Rhodes was the American Dream.
Yes.
So I will give you Hakeem Olajuwon.
The Dream.
There you go. Hakeem the Dream.
You led me right there.
How about
Oh God.
I don't know this nickname, but it makes all the sense in the world. Tom Gugliotta.
Googs.
Yes. Now, did you know that?
Yes.
Or did you just guess?
Yes. If you said Googs, who's the real person, I would have told you Tom Gugliotta. You should try it that way.
Tom Gugliotta.
I mean, what else are you going to call him? If you want to give him a nickname, what else would you call him? Googs, right?
Yeah, right. If he's not Googs, something's gone wrong somewhere. And how about, I'll stick with basketball. How about, I don't know if I should make it tough or
it's up to you.
Easy. John Sally.
Sal. Spider.
No. Yes. We're going to give it to you. You got some time.
I got it before you corrected me. Yes.
That was great. That was a fun episode. Awesome. We are not worthy of you, Barry. Your impersonations are legendary. Absolutely legendary.
Yeah.
All right. Enjoy Paul Castronovo's studio there.
Well, listen.
I'm a violent sneezer.
Thank you. I need to get out of here because Doc Reno is going to be here any minute. I mean, his shift starts in 4 hours.
With Stugotz and Hochman.